Community Connections. I'm Marnie Yule, your host here at the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're having a great day here. I kind of surprised the boys, Mark and Eddie, with some donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Now, maybe most of you have heard yet, but they had a soft opening starting today, and that's the 25th, I believe. We'll be doing the ribbon cutting on the 27th, and the grand opening is Saturday, June 29th. Well waited for. So just to show you the treats, I brought the guys right there. And if I pick them up, and I hope I don't dump them all over the table, because then we got the 3-second rule and I can eat one. So anyway, again, well anticipated and waited for, but Mark and Eddie, here you go. Those are for you guys. Oh, just come and grab it. There you go. Yeah. Don't ignore the guy that grabbed the donuts from me. Hey, joining me now is Chris Graff. He is the president of the board of directors for Prescott Frontier Days, world's oldest rodeo, getting ready to yeehaw, coming here on July the 1st, right, Chris?
Getting ready to yeehaw. Yep,
I know. What year is
sure
this?
132nd. World's oldest rodeo.
Oh, my goodness. It's been going on a long time and doing better and better every year. Sold out crowds.
Sold out crowds. We got a bunch of performances are really, really close to being sold out.
Yeah, so if you're interested, you need to purchase your tickets now as you watch this, like now, any day between now and July the 1st, because that's when the first rodeo performance is.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go over a little bit over the schedule then, so people can get an idea of the rodeo schedule, because there's not only rodeo, there's dances, there's the arts and crafts big fair on the courthouse square, there's the little kiddos, the Kiwanis kids, Happy Hearts.
Kiwanis parade, yep. Kitty parade.
And then you have the Happy Hearts for exceptional kids. I mean, you guys just embrace the whole community and making things happen for everyone.
Yeah, it's almost really a 2-week event. I mean, we'll start out, of course, with our chamber mixer.
Yes, June 27th.
June 27th in the grandstands. That's always a fun time, and we hope everybody joins us. And then Sunday, we kick off. We have a kickoff party, which is invitation kind of only. And of course, July 1st starts the rodeo. And the first performance is that Happy Hearts that you were talking about.
Right.
It's for exceptional children, and it starts at 5. And I can't tell you how much I can encourage people to come be a part of this.
Right.
Because see the smile on their faces with the stick horses and different things, and a lot of the cowboys will volunteer their time, come down and spend time with them, and they just look up in awe. And it's cool if we got a big crowd that's cheering them on, because the big smile just makes it worth it.
Right.
And of course, the rodeo starts at 7. The gates open at 5, so get down the grandstands at 5, watch the Happy Hearts, and then get up and wander around, go through our mercantile. We got a lot of new stuff this year, exciting stuff that we'll be showing off. And of course, then we got a week of rodeo.
Right. With
8 perfs and some great cowboys coming in. I mean, the Vold Rodeo Company with their stock is just fabulous. And we got a great specialty act, the One-Armed Bandit. He's actually already dropped his zebra off down there. That's part of his show, so it's going to be entertaining. And then we got Justin Rump, Shake, and Rumford as our barrel and clown. And he does a great performance. And both these 2 acts are PRCA Act of the Year, which is a huge honor, and have won it a couple times. So we know that quality is going to be there. It's going to be a great time. But yeah, then on Friday, the Kiwanis Kitty Parade. Yep, that's at 8 o'clock to 10 in the morning, walking down the street. That's a great deal. And of course, Thursday night starts our dance down there at BMO Harris. Parking lot, Sprouts and BMO Harris. 5 at the Wheels playing. They're back for another year.
They're great.
They're a popular local band. Yep. It'll be a great time. The first 2 nights are family night, and then Saturday night is the last night, and that's 21 and over. And it's a fun time every time.
Yes.
So, and of course, Saturday is our big day.
big parade.
Prescott Frontier Days Parade. Starts out Saturday, and then we have an afternoon performance and an evening performance, and followed by the final performance on Sunday, which is an afternoon. And then we put everything.
And you have Cowboy Church on Sunday.
Cowboy Church with Ted Weesey.
And then you also have the arts and crafts On the
Arts
Courthouse
and-
Square, all Saturday,
Yep.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Yep, that's down in Courthouse Plaza. Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's July 5th through the 7th.
Right. Now, do you have the boot race this weekend?
You know, we don't.
No, okay. I wasn't sure if this is part of the
There
4th of
sure could
July
be
or they
one.
do that, because those kids and everybody racing in cowboy boots is funny. And you have specialty nights, too, because I know Tuesday is tough enough to wear pink night.
That is, and you know, thank you again for hosting our annual dinner and fundraiser. We made over $12,000, which is a record again, and that all stays in Yavapai County. It
Right.
doesn't leave, so it's just a wonderful thing, and I'm glad the rodeo is a part of that. Mm-hmm. And when we do manage to make that much money, Wrangler matches some money too, about $2,500.
Wow.
So it's great for this community.
Well, it was a great evening. A
All
lot of
Yavapai County.
fun. I was in a pink dress, felt like a big pink cupcake, but I was going to make sure I got everybody's dollars so that we could raise a lot of money for Tough Enough to Wear Pink, and it was a lot of fun, Chris. I enjoyed it. You and Dee and the whole gang. We had just a crazy group of fun
We had a
folks up
great
there that
time.
night. Yeah.
Of course, the opening night is Daily Courier night.
Right.
You know, obviously seen in the paper where you can buy some, they buy some tickets and then they put them on sale for folks that, and I think $8 I saw or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can get a good ticket to the rodeo. And then, of course, we have our Ram night, Dodge Ram, national sponsor. Country Bank, a local sponsor here.
Right.
Will be that. Murphy's, Jack Daniels night. That's always fun.
Well, some of the favorite things that I love about the rodeo, not only the different events, the riding events, the roping and the barrel racing, but I love the grand entry when everybody comes in carrying the flags. That is just a sight, you know, the American flag leading the way. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love the rodeo clowns. That is so much fun. They're there for the cowboys' safety, but boy, are they entertaining too. You know, they have a whole act on their own. So it's a whole lot of fun for a lot of things going on for an entire week. So there's no chance that you can miss a particular day unless you're on vacation the whole time, right?
Well, it's great you bring up Grand Entry because World's Oldest Rodeo is still big in tradition. Mm-hmm. And the Serpentine Grand Entry we do is the original, and we've continued that. While other rodeos have changed formats, how they do it, we've continued the Serpentine, which is a tradition that's been going on since it started. So we keep that tradition going.
So come early, like Chris said. The gates open at 5.
Yep.
For the evening performances. Come shop the Mercantile, enjoy beverages, food, lots of things going on, and then enjoy the rodeo. Don't miss the grand entry, though, absolutely. And the queens.
Yep.
I love seeing the queens. They're just amazing. So worldsoldestrodeo.com is where you can get tickets. Again, happening July 1st through the 7th here in Prescott, and just join us for a great time.
Brought to you by Coors.
There you go. We'll be right back after this short break.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back to Community Connections. As I see Mark and Eddie stuffing their face with donuts out there. Are they pretty good, aren't they? Nom, 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 nom. Again, Dunkin' Donuts is opening up this week, and we're pretty excited. Joining me now is Bryce Schrawwecker. She's a Community and Outdoor Education Coordinator for the Prescott Valley Parks and Recreation. Welcome, Bryce.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
That's good. Good. All right, let's talk about the biggest happening right now. You've had a lot of great things going on, though. You have a movie Under the Stars, and you've had concerts.
Yep.
And now we're looking at, again, the 4th of July coming up.
Yeah, so 4th of July is right around the corner. It's next week on Thursday. We'll be celebrating our 4th of July event from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock at Mountain Valley Park. It's a free event, free parking, everyone's welcomed. We're doing a fireworks show at 9 o'clock.
The best fireworks show.
Best fireworks show in northern Arizona.
We always say that, but it's true.
It is. Yep, and then on top of that, we will have live music by Rick Kukuza and the Front Page Blues Band, food vendors, beer garden, inflatables, and climbing walls from Hero Party Rentals. We have it all.
Now, I know that this is a free event, but to use inflatables and enjoy the 4th Inflatable Village, there is a price. It's $19.95. Can you purchase those ahead of time or just purchase the wristbands when you get there?
You'll need to purchase the wristbands when you get there. They'll
Okay.
be selling them over by their area. And
Right.
Yeah, $19.95 per wristband, and it is for all day inflatables.
And that starts at 3 o'clock.
Yep, starts at
So
3.
stays, and you can, until dark. I mean, I know last year, well, I know every year, I've been out there for 13 years, but last year, that once dusk said, you start taking things down, closing that up, getting ready for the fireworks at 9 o'clock. But by then, the music's starting.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then you have the music starting. And then, courtesy of Hensley, we'll have the beer garden open, and other vendors, face painting, things like that will be going on during the day. One of the things that we ask, or they tell you, you cannot bring glass or your own alcohol, so please don't do that. But you can bring your own picnic lunches and, all the goodies that you might want to have a picnic with. If you're on the turf area, though, it's only water. So again, we're telling everybody ahead of time because we always hear that why can't I? And it's just to protect the turf. So water, but all your, food items and things like that. There's plenty of room in the park to be able to find a spot and then enjoy the fireworks. And we're going to be talking to Evelyn Whitaker in a few minutes, but leave no dogs. Leave your dogs at home. I know everybody wants to bring the dogs. First of all, it's lots of crowds of people. And, some dogs aren't good in crowds, so leave them at home. And definitely, you're going to take them home and give them a safe place when the fireworks start, because that's always a night that, like Evan will probably tell you, and I'm telling you right now, that dogs get lost. They run off. They panic. I've heard horror stories of dogs going through a gate, that
Oh, yeah.
never would have had it not been for the fireworks. So, again, please leave your pets at home. I've got 2 that I love and adore, but really the last thing I want to do is worry about them around people, in a big crowd on the 4th of July. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, again, it's going to be a fun night. And the music starts at 5:30.
Yep, 5:30 with Rick Kukuza, and he'll play till about 6:30, and then the Front Page Blues Band will start at 7 o'clock and go until 8:30, and then at 9 o'clock our fireworks will start.
And let's see what else. Whoops. I dropped the mic. I mean, seriously, as long as I'm okay. Mark says, I'm okay. So again, that's the 4th of July Independence Day celebration at Mountain Valley Park, which we have a great time every year. Stop by and say hi to me. I'll be out there and, manning and wandering around checking out with everybody. What else is going on?
July 1st, we have our open registration for Run for the Hill of It. You can
Oh.
register online. It's our fun run that is on October 5th.
October 5th, but registration opens on July 1st.
Yep.
And Run for the Hill of It is running where?
We are running from the base of Glassford Hill on the Summit Trail all the way to the top and all the way back down. So you'll get a panoramic view of northern Arizona while you're heading up there.
It's a beautiful view. I mean, I don't know that I could run it, and then people do it.
Yeah, well, the best part is it's a fun run, so you can run it, you can walk it, you can hike it, you can do whatever you like, what's comfortable to you.
Now, a lot of people like to walk and hike with their pets. Are they allowed to bring their pets on this one, or should they leave them at home?
Unfortunately, we do ask for pets to be left at home because it can get a little crowded,
Right.
as well as strollers as well. You want to keep strollers at home.
It's a pretty, it's not a rugged trail, but it is a dirt trail that is not maybe conducive to trying to push a stroller up. And I know the
Yeah.
switchbacks are pretty steep.
They are, and it can get a little rocky at times, so just to make it easier for people, keep
And
at
if they
home.
want to participate, but let's say they get halfway up and say, well, I'm done. They hit that last switchback and they see that bench and say, okay, that's about as far as I'm going to get, which would probably be me. Can they stop?
Oh, yeah,
And then turn
absolutely.
around?
Yep.
Do what you can.
Yep, do what you can. We do have water stations along the trail, so you can take a break at one of the water stations, enjoy the view, and then come on back down. We'll have a medal and t-shirt waiting for you.
I want to do a water station. Can the chamber do a water station? We'll
Absolutely.
come up there and
Yeah.
man a water station because we have lots of water. We had water donated from our, right, Chris? We had water donated from our Prescott Valley days, and it wasn't necessarily the hottest day of the weekend. So we have a lot of water left, and we'd be more than happy to partner with you
would
and,
be
and be able to
awesome.
share that. So let's talk later and
Okay.
see how we can help on that. Just, I bet somebody better drop me off up there. All I'm saying, me and 10 cases of water.
Yeah.
So that's registration opens July 1st.
Yep.
And then the run is in October.
Yep, first weekend, first Saturday of October.
Okay, and what else is, you got programs going on, fun things going on?
Yeah, we have our basketball camp starting up in July, on July 9th. It's for ages 8 to 17, so it's for the kiddos. Open gym started a couple weeks ago over at East Campus, so everyone's welcome to join for that. It is free to the public. Just bring a basketball, bring a volleyball, enjoy some air conditioning and a gym, get away from the heat. And anything else is all on our website on www.pvaz.net.
Oh, another question which brings me back to talking about things to do, the pool.
Oh,
It's
yep.
open every day.
Yep, open
Will
every
it be
day.
open on the 4th of July?
I believe it will, but only for a short amount of time.
Part of the day, then it closes out.
Yeah.
Again, to get ready for the wonderful fireworks show, the best in northern Arizona
Yes,
for that
and our
evening.
awesome lifeguard crew helps us out with that. So we need all hands on deck for that event.
That's true. That's true. You guys do a great job over there. So for more information on any of that, you can go to the website, including the 4th of July festivities or any of the classes that are ongoing at Prescott Valley Parks and Recreation or the programs or registering for the run. You can go where?
www.pvaz.net.
And meanwhile, we'll all go. You know, a lot of people with 4th of July being on Thursday are taking Friday off.
Wouldn't that
You
be
know,
nice?
they're closing on Friday. Kind of seems like, you know, make it a long 4-day weekend. For some of us, we'll just stay here and have a good time on Thursday and make sure the ship's still sailing on Friday. So Bryce Wecker, thank you for joining us,
You're
Prescott Valley Parks and
welcome.
Recreation. We're going to take a short break here on Community Connections. And welcome back to Community Connections. I'm joined by Evelyn Whitaker, who's the Animal Control Officer for the town of Prescott Valley. And was I right, Evelyn, talking about the 4th of July stuff?
You are absolutely 100% right.
Okay, so why
Yeah.
don't you go ahead and tell it from your point of view, the importance of keeping your pets safe on the 4th of July.
Well, through the entire year, the most scariest part of the year, of course, is anything that involves fireworks. And we are having an amazing fireworks show here. So we just try to remind dog owners that, you know, keep your dogs at home. If you can have someone home with them, make sure they're in a secure area and use some music or background noise to kind of drown out the fireworks that they might be hearing outside. We get calls every year of dogs that not only are lost, but they're injured. They've broken out through home windows. They've
Wow.
chewed their way through gates and fences. And so, you know, whatever you can do to try to keep your animals safe and secure. There's thunder jackets. There's all kinds of different things that you can do, especially for dogs that have high anxiety. Go talk to your veterinarian, see if there's something that you can give them that's either a natural supplement, something to try to keep them calm.
Tranquilizers.
Yeah, something.
Drug your dog. To calm them down, of course. To calm
Right.
them down.
Right.
Right. Very, very important because you don't want your dog to turn out missing. And then that brings that around to if your dog goes missing, being able to identify your dog.
Absolutely. You know, we tell everyone to please make sure that they are licensed through the town of Prescott Valley. And the reason why we do that is, number one, we have a full database where we can punch in that number and find out who the contact information is. It also tells us if they've been vaccinated for rabies, if anything was to happen. Dogs get scared, they get nippy, they could bite somebody. So this way we know that they're up to date on vaccinations, as well as help us get them home.
Right.
The Humane Society is a localized area where we bring all of the animals if we find them. So if you do lose your animal, feel free to please give us a call, and you can also call the Humane Society to find out if anybody's turned it in, and you can go up there and pick it up.
Do you have a chip reader?
We do have a chip reader, and
So you-
microchips are important as well. Yeah.
Right.
And the problem that we have usually with microchips is people do not register their microchips.
That's it.
Yeah, they do not. So, get on the phone to your microchip company, make sure that they have your most up-to-date and current information, because that's going to help us to be able, we want to get them home. We don't want
Right.
to have to impound them. So if we can get them home, that's what we're going to do.
Well, and follow up with that, because a lot of different companies that I went through the process of, my dogs were chipped, but found out it wasn't registered because it had lapsed. It had lapsed between owners, and you found out that, oh, it's got a chip, but it hadn't been registered. So I went through the process of registering it. Well, one company I registered was like lifetime. It was whatever the amount was. The other one didn't offer that, because it was the company that had the chips, so I kind of stayed with those. But, check and make sure that the registration didn't lapse,
Right.
too, on that. So,
Right.
good. I'm glad to know you have a chip reader,
We
too.
do, we do.
On that. So let's talk about summertime and dogs.
Summertime is a lot of fun for dogs, but it's also a dangerous time. And we have a really amazing town that we're very dog friendly, so everybody wants to bring their dogs everywhere. But what happens is people leave them in their vehicles, and you may think that 10 minutes isn't that big of a deal, but it actually is. A lot of the people that leave their dogs in their vehicles are just misinformed about the safety. And if you crack your windows and put water in there, it doesn't make any bit of difference. The temperature's going to rise, and you can bring them out on a 75-degree day, but what we have to remember is we're 5,000 feet up, and we are very close to the sun, and it will bake a car. We have our laser thermometers. We get called out all the time for a dog in a hot car, and we will shoot that laser through the window, and it will tell us the temperature of the vehicle. A temperature can rise anywhere between 2 to 5 degrees in minutes. I mean, we're talking 119 degrees on an 80-degree day. So the best thing to do is just leave your dogs at home. Make sure they have shade and water. You may think you're running into a store for 10 minutes, but you might get sidetracked. The lines might be long, and your dogs can definitely go into distress very easily in the heat very quickly.
Yes.
So, yeah. And some of the things you want to look for, we really count on the community to call us if they do see a dog in a hot car. We can't be everywhere all the time. So we do come out and we do check on the status of the dog. We will stand by with the dog and try to find the owner at the same time. But if we do see a dog in distress, we will remove that dog from the vehicle. And if that means that we have to break a window, we'll break a window. So save yourself a broken window.
Right.
And just leave your dogs at home.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And that, my son and I were talking about dogs last night on the phone. We walk our dogs a lot. He lives in Tucson. And so, of course, Tucson pavement gets it's a little hotter, and the pavement gets a little bit hotter, but we were talking about when walking your dogs. Again, the same kind of thing. If it's too hot for you to walk on, it's too hot for your dog.
It absolutely is. And, the best time to walk your dog is, of course, morning hours or evening hours after the sun goes down. There's a lot of different things you can get for your dog's paws, too. Even in the evening, the asphalt will still be hot.
Right.
So they have these really great protective mitts you can put on your dogs that protect it.
Have you ever seen a dog put those
I know,
booties
they
on?
kind of walk funny, but they do work. And but really it just comes down to, if you're going to walk your dog, do it when it's cooler in the morning or do it in the evening.
Right. I'm just looking at some of the notes, because you had an amazing media release that came out June 13th that gives you 8 tips to keep your pet safe. And one of the other things that I noticed that jumped out is don't shave your dog, or you need to keep somewhat of a coat on them, even though you think that they should be hot with the coat on.
Right.
And that's not the case.
That's not the case. If you want to cut their hair down a little bit because it's getting a little long and it's the summer, that's fine. You don't ever want to shave your animal. The reason why the animals have the fur, it does protect their skin, and it does keep them cool, believe it or not. It does keep some moisture against the skin. So you definitely don't want to shave all that off. A little bit of a hair trim is fine, but don't go down to the bare skin. I see that a lot. And they actually will overheat more that way.
Yeah.
So the heat's right on that skin.
Well, I have a little white dog, and he's got this little furry top, and when I had a groomer, the just amazing groomer, said never cut it that more than like that much, because they could sunburn on the top of his head. So he
Absolutely.
needed to keep that extra fur up on top of his head because
That's right.
of that exposure. So a lot of dogs out there missing. What do you do when you find a lost dog?
When we find a lost dog, of course, the first thing we do is try to scan it for a microchip and find any kind of identification if it has a tag on. If we do, then we try to make contact with the dog owner. We want to get it home before we have to impound it, so that's the first thing we do. If we can't find the owner, then we do transport it to the Yavapai Humane Society, where it is held for anywhere between 3 to 5 days. If it does not have identification, it will be held for 3 days. If it does have identification, it will be held for 5.
Well, one of the things I've seen is really, people care about their animals, their dogs, and just like people watching cars and saying if there's a dog in distress, the same thing if there's lost dogs. The Facebook and web is just amazing with people sharing, this dog was picked up here, this dog was found, this is your dog, and a lot of matches are made through letting people know that you found this dog. In fact, I had one on my street wandering around, and I just kind of posted it, and it was a neighbor around the corner that had gotten out, but because it went from here to here, and what they did was call the Humane Society that said, I saw this because I let them know I had it, rather than take it in. It was in the evening. So again, people are taking care of one another with their pets.
And a lot of people make the mistake, they'll call our office number. We are actually not in the office, we're on patrol. So
Right.
the best way to get a hold of us is to call the dispatch line. We work with the same dispatch, obviously we're the police department. So you always want to call 772-9267. That is our dispatch line. They will dispatch us out. If you do see a dog in a hot car and animal control is not available, you can still call the police department, and they will send one of our police officers out as well. They will go check on the dogs.
Great information. Evelyn Whitaker, Animal Control Services with Town of Prescott Valley. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful, safe, and sane 4th of July.